right. Camera, wherever you are, I think over there. You can obviously tell this is not a traditional video. I am in high fidelity, which is a VR world that's building in some ways on the EOS mainnet. So I'm getting ready to do a virtual tour of a tomb here. We're going to go through a lot of this stuff. I think that one right there, Nefertari's tomb experience. Going to this, that's getting started in about 5 or 10 minutes, so let's do it. Oh. Oh, hello. Hello, Finchify.
Oh, Finchify.
Are we supposed to be in a line?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool. I'm like all up in your grill. And
You're breaking all the rules.
I know.
How dare you?
Nick's going with all the tight clothes.
Oh, Nick's not wearing his usual avatar.
Oh no.
Those are very tight pants.
I accidentally clicked the.
There you are. It said Nick, but I thought it must be a different person because it didn't have the pink hair going on. Or the hat.
Oh. R.I.P. Nick.
Gone. All right, I'll start without him. Hi, everyone. I'm Bethany. I'm an archaeologist and Egyptologist. I've been working in Egypt for 10 years, and I've never been inside the actual tomb of Nefertari before. It was closed to the general public and to most researchers for a really long time, starting in the 90s, essentially, because it needed so much restoration. And the more people that go in, the more their body temperature and their breath affects the wall paintings. It leads to mold and salt crystallization and basically damages all the paint and plaster. So it used to be very, very difficult to get into. Today, it's open to the public if you go all the way to Egypt and Luxor and the Valley of the Queens. Only 100 people can get in a day. The great thing about this model is you can walk around, breathe, step on things, touch the walls all you want, and we can't hurt anything. So that's great. The other interesting thing about this model is it doesn't show the tomb as it is today with the damage and the repairs visible, but it shows it as it probably would have looked when it was first finished, around 255 BC, right when Nefertari died. So parts of the wall paintings that have been badly damaged or discolored are shown in their original state here. So let's go ahead inside. Nefertari was the chief queen and wife of Ramses II, who was one of the most powerful kings Egypt ever had. Everyone who's sort of interested in ancient Egypt usually starts with King Tut because he's the... But in terms of ancient Egyptian kings, King Tut was not that important. He was a young king. He died very young unexpectedly. He didn't last very long. He wasn't very popular during his lifetime. And pretty much history erased him and forgot about him until his tomb was rediscovered in the 1920s. And since he had all of his gold and furniture and supplies for the afterlife with him, he became the poster boy for the Egyptian kingship and afterlife. And she would have been well supplied in the afterlife with everything you could possibly desire. So if you can imagine this tomb full to the brim of even rooms, collapsible tents, furniture taken to pieces like IKEA, so it's flat pack stored, everything you could possibly... No, they really did.
Oh, really?
They even had collapsible boats you could take apart and put back together again.
Wow.
They're completely waterproof wooden boats that you took apart. So let's get started with Nefertari. Here we have a picture of her just entering the tomb. Can everyone see my laser pointer? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So here she is on the wall of her tomb. And the vulture goddess's name is Mut. And Mut is also the word for mother. So even though we might think of a vulture as a disgusting, carrion bird that you don't want to be around, to the Egyptians it was a very positive symbol. And it was a sign of protection that you'll see in not just tombs, but in temples. You go to Karnak, you'll see the ceiling sometimes painted all with vultures and stars to show that there's a greater power hovering over us and watching. Yeah. Let's get back on topic before I go way off base. And
that was worth it. That was totally worth it. I'll never look at a salad the same way.
No, sorry. But again, the Egyptians were totally positive about it. There wasn't a negative. It's a very normal text to find in a tomb, but it usually lists the person's real-life parents. It usually would say Nefertari, daughter of Bob and Linda, or something like that. But in this tomb, it says Nefertari is the daughter of Ma'at herself. And saying that a goddess is your literal parents is something only the king gets to do. He gets to be the son of Ra, the sun god. Okay, so let's go straight into the burial chamber. Okay. So you'll notice we've got a sarcophagus in this model to show you where it would have been. In real life, your sarcophagus was missing when the tomb was discovered. The stone was very, very valuable granite that would have come from thousands of miles away. And so when the tomb was raided, they chopped it up and took it to reuse for other people's tombstones and things like that, probably. Very early Egyptian symbol. It's also